Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Jones Podcast. I'm your host, Eric. The Jones Podcast is a podcast that acknowledges great individuals or couples who are entrepreneurs on the city council or who are just doing great things from our city of Tuscaloosa. Roll Tide. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the Jones Podcast. What's going on, Jones Podcast family? I have a very unique woman on the podcast today, the owner of Pretty Wicked Scents, Miss TaNieka Wilson. TaNieka, how you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. How have you been lately?
You know, just working. That's about it. So I can't complain. Just staying busy and slinging these candles.
Slinging them candles.
That's it.
For the people who really don't know you, give them a background of yourself.
Okay. Well, like you said, my name is TaNieka. I'm TaNieka Wilson, born and raised right here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Stillman College grad. And I have done the corporate America thing. I went straight into corporate America right out of Stillman College. Did that for about 15, almost 20 years, and decided that that wasn't the path for my life, and took the track down the entrepreneurial road, and here we are.
I think the entrepreneurial role was a good role for you.
I'm enjoying it.
So
it's taxing at times, but I'm enjoying it.
So what influenced you to start Pretty Wicked Scents?
Well, it was actually by whim, believe it or not. A few years ago, almost 3 years ago, I decided that I wanted to go back to school for massage therapy. And some people know this about me, some don't. Several years ago, I was involved in a really bad car accident where I was hit head-on by a drunk driver. And from that accident, I am a chronic pain sufferer with cervical spinal issues. And so I started doing massage and going to the chiropractor, and it helped me to have some pain-free moments without taking any pain meds. And from that, I was like, I want to be able to do that for other people. So I decided to go to school for massage therapy, and I needed a way to pay for it. I still had loans from my undergraduate degree, and I didn't want to take out loans to go back to school, and started making candles as a fundraiser to pay my way through massage school. And it just kind of took off from there. So it actually was a happenstance. It wasn't anything that I was looking for as a business.
Wow. First of all, I didn't know that you were in a car wreck.
Yes. It was pretty severe. The both people in the other vehicle were completely drunk, and they hit me head on. They were doing about 90 miles an hour when they hit me. The passenger in the other vehicle died instantaneously, and the gentleman that was driving the car ended up spending 3 to 4 months in the hospital, if I'm not mistaken. But by the grace of God, I'm still here. So
I was reading on your website for your for Pretty Wicked Scents, and I read that you were invited to the B.E.T Awards, the Essence Festival, and We Nation with Lucinda Cross. Is that it? So
yeah.
Which one of those meant the most to you?
That's hard to say. They both have a really special place for me. I never imagined myself doing something like going to the B.E.T Awards to be of a service, basically, is what I was doing, because we took massage out there, we took the candles out there. So that for me was special just because of the magnitude of what the B.E.T Awards are and the opportunity that it presented to meet, all of the celebrities that we did get to meet and work with, and to introduce the candle line to people who might not have otherwise known about me. So that's special in that sense. Essence Festival is special to me because of my uncle took me to my first Essence Festival when I was 16 years old. And I've been going to the Essence Festival, ceremonies for 20 years now. So last year was the first year in 2017 that I went as a vendor. And then this is my second year doing it as a vendor and promoting my product. So I was introduced to the Essence Festival at such a young age that will always be really near and dear to my heart. And with the We Nation event with Lucinda Cross, she has a heart of servitude, and it was just such an honor to meet her and to be there in the capacity that we were there. The event was for formerly incarcerated women, and it was a completely free event. Lucinda is a person that charges hundreds of dollars to attend a workshop of hers. And this event was completely free to all of the attendees. It was her way of giving back. Several people were able to get job interviews on the spot, and just helping reintroduce them back into society after having served time. And so to be able to be there to help pamper those women and just let them know that you are still somebody despite what your past may have brought you from, it was just such an honor. So they're all very, very, very special events to me.
So where'd you get the name Pretty Wicked Scents from?
It was actually a play on the word wick, as in the candle wick. So my dance studio used to be called Pretty Twisted Studios. And Pretty Twisted Studios, I felt like we as women, we go through, these twists and turns that life takes us on. And I personally feel that all women are beautiful in some form or fashion or another. And to keep along with the pretty brand, I was like, Pretty Wicked Candle Wick. And that's how Pretty Wicked Scents came about. It was really just a play on the word candle wick.
So how do you come up with the scents for your different candles?
So with the different scents, I am a person that feels like I can't sell something that I don't enjoy myself. I can't really get behind it and promote it or want to have it in someone else's home. So all of the different fragrances that I make is something that you will catch me using in my own home, even if it wasn't for me having a candle line. And so I always try to have a great variety because I love fruity smells, but not everybody loves fruity smells. But some people like to have like a clean palette. So, for example, I have the linen scent. Some people have a tendency to go for a more heavy or more masculine scent. So I have a Polo Red scent that literally smells just like the men's cologne Polo Red. So I try to make sure that I have a good array of fragrance so that I'm not just appealing to appealing to female audience, but that I can cover all of the categories with everyone who loves to burn candles.
So you mean to tell me you have a candle that smells like Polo Red?
It smells exactly like Polo Red. And what's so funny about that candle is I did it to cater towards a male clientele. Mm-hmm. But I actually have more women that buy Polo Red than the men do, simply because as women, we're attracted to how a man smells, right? So having that fragrance, that Polo Red, I actually have more women that are like, oh my God, it smells like my husband, or oh my God, it smells like my boyfriend, and they buy it in the candle. So it actually, I don't want to say it backfired, but it did the opposite of what I was anticipating, although I do have men that do buy that scent. But I'm surprised that more women bought it compared to men. I will be introducing a men's collection that will be strictly based on male fragrant cologne.
Really? I need that. 'Cause Polo Red is one of my colognes that I wear, so that's why.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If a young lady came up to you and asked you, how can she start her own business in candles like you did, or in having a dance studio like you did, what advice be to her?
I would say the first thing would be is to do the research. There's so many nuances in starting a business, even if it's not a candle-based business or a dance-based business or massage. There's so many things that you need to know about being in business that you should do your research. So many people have glamorized being an entrepreneur, and there are some glamorous parts to it, but there are a lot of get down and dirty, nitty-gritty parts to running a business that a lot of people won't discuss. In my corporate life, I would work 70, 80-hour weeks, sometimes 90-hour weeks. What I find working for myself is I'm never off. Am I physically working all the time? Not necessarily, but there's always something to do within your business. And if you aren't willing to commit to that, to that type of grueling work schedule, I would say stay where you are, because you are the bank keeper, you are the marketing person, you are the social media person, you are the janitor sometimes, you are customer service, you're the sales rep. You have to wear every single hat. And if you're not willing to do the work in that part, and you only want to do the social media part, it's not going to work. So I would suggest that they really do the research and know all what's going to be a part of running whatever type of business that they're wanting to run. I would also say that if they already have a job, don't quit that job and immediately go into running your business. Stay on that job for as long as you possibly can. Continue to use the money from the job that you have to finance the business and get yourself to a point where you have emergency money put aside, because the thing with working for yourself is there is no guaranteed paycheck. You may go 2 weeks without money coming in. You may go 3 weeks. You may go 2 months without any income coming in. But your bills are still due. And so if you're not prepared for being able to, let's say, cover your bills for 4 to 6 months prior to leaving your job, stay on your job, build up your nest egg. And even with my business coach, I do have a business coach, and my business coach even tells us you need to have a year's worth of savings to cover your bills in emergency situations, because things do slow down sometimes. You have your peak seasons and your non-peak seasons, so you have to be prepared for all of those things that come into play.
Is it necessary to get a business coach?
Is it necessary? No. But the reason I got a coach was there are certain levels that I want to reach. And my thought process was, okay, if I get a business coach who has gone through the things that I'm about to go through, if they can help me avoid those pitfalls and get to that level faster, then it's worth the investment. And essentially what you're doing is you're investing in yourself. You're investing in your business. And that's a part of being a business owner. You can't possibly know everything. I have been working for myself for 6 years now. I still have so much to learn. And that's okay, because things change. Social media, as far as like Instagram and things of that nature, weren't that popular when I initially started business for myself. Facebook was, but Instagram was not. So things continue to change. Technology continues to change. And having someone who has expertise in areas that you don't, then it's just a wise choice to have that, because the old saying, you don't know what you don't know, is not an excuse anymore, because there's too much information out there for people to gain knowledge to run a successful business compared to, years past.
Has social media helped your business grow?
Oh my God. It has. In 2018, I would say 95% of my business has come from Instagram and Facebook, from people that I've never met in my life. That's where a lot of my business comes from. And not to say that, I will say that my friends and family here in Tuscaloosa, they do support me. I also know that that's not every entrepreneur's testimony, right? So many people you hear all the time saying, my friends don't support my business, my family don't support my business, like the people that I know, they don't even buy my product. That has never been my story. So I'm very fortunate in that aspect. But I also know that I can't get my business to the level that I want to get it to, solely relying on my friends and family to support me, because I don't want to take all of their money either. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And if my circle only consists of, let's say, 50 people, then that caps the amount of income that I can make based on just having an audience of 50 people. So social media allows me to have a wider audience so that I can grow my business to a larger scale.
When you started your business, were you afraid
hmm
to go out on your own?
Um, no, I wasn't afraid. No, it wasn't. I wasn't afraid to do it. I was excited about it. I was nervous about certain things because I had, the consistency of a paycheck being
Mm-hmm.
in corporate America. So there is the nervousness about that. But again, I had the support of, my family when things got a little tight. And there have been a lot of moments where things have got tight that I
Mm-hmm.
had my family to say, hey, mommy, can you help me with such and such this month? Because things are a little bit low. And fortunate for me, they stood in the gap. So fear was never it. I've always been a person, I'm open to trying things. I really like to just go for it. And I think part of that is because my mom has always encouraged me that if my dreams didn't scare me, they weren't big enough.
Mm.
So I have crazy dreams and goals, and I like for my goals to be, to seem unattainable because it's a challenge for me, and I like a challenge. And so I'm not afraid to try it. And I will put my hands in many different pots. That's another thing with being a business owner. You can't get stuck on one thing, in a sense of, what if that thing doesn't work? You have to be willing to know that, okay, this doesn't work. This is not, people aren't feeling this. I have to step back, regroup really quickly, because I still need my income, right? So I have
Mm-hmm.
to step back, regroup really quickly, and come up with the next idea that will take precedence over the thing that's not working. That's what I would say. Big businesses, big box companies and things like that, they're quick to scratch an idea and move on to the next one when something doesn't take off. And I think sometimes as small business owners, we take it in like, oh, this is my baby and I don't want to give up on it. It's not that you're giving up on it. It's that you're regrouping and you're repackaging to make it work for you, and not getting hung up on something that's not going to make you successful in your business.
TaNieka, before we get out of here, you want to give a shout out to anyone or promote your business?
Sure. So again, TaNieka Wilson. I'm with Pretty Wicked Scents. I'm the creator and founder of Pretty Wicked Scents. You can order candles via my website, prettywickedscents.com. I also do branded merchandise material for other small businesses, which you can also order via my website. If you're on social media, you can follow me on Instagram at Pretty Wicked Scents. You can check out my Facebook page at Pretty Wicked Scents. I'm not on Twitter or Snapchat, so 2 social medias are enough for me. It's a lot. But for other people who are listening and they're wanting to get into running a business and they have questions, feel free to, shoot me an email or send me a DM on either of those social platforms. I'll be happy to answer what I can. And it's the holiday season, so order your candles. And Eric, you may not know this, but I recently just launched my photo booth business. So if anyone's needing a photo booth for a party or a wedding reception, Pretty Photogenic, which is under the Pretty under the Pretty brand.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty Photogenic is my photo booth company, and I'm available for bookings immediately. This coming weekend, I will be in Atlanta doing an event for the Spa Awards. I'm actually a judge at the Spa Awards in ATL, so I'll be doing that this coming weekend. But for anyone who's open, wanting to do a photo booth event, just hit me up, Pretty Wicked Scents, social media, or you can email me info@prettywickedsense.com, and I'll get back with you as quickly as possible.
TaNieka, I see you got your hands in everything. Look at you.
I will be a millionaire.
That's what's up.
I'm claiming that.
That's what's up.
And the average millionaire has a minimum of 7 streams of income.
Really? See, I
Yes.
didn't know that.
Yes. The average millionaire has a minimum of 7 streams of income.
A minimum.
And so, a minimum.
Wow.
Look at people like, look at Oprah. Does Oprah need any more money? But how many businesses does Oprah have? Or look at Diddy.
Yeah.
They have multiple businesses. Not that they need, quote unquote, any more money, but that's how they continue to make money, because they have multiple ventures. And that's the stigma that people, that's one of the things that I hate when I hear someone say, oh, well, you're just doing too much. Says who?
That doesn't make sense, doing too much. It's just...
Right. Says who? I diversify as much as I possibly can. I do multiple things that I don't even promote on social media. I do Airbnb. I do the photo booth. I have the candle line. I have massage. I have the branded merchandise. I do slumber parties. So I have more to come. I'm working on other things already. My brothers and I are coming together to start a business together for us as siblings. So, yes, diversification. You can't put all your eggs in one basket.
True. But TaNieka, you keep doing what you do.
Thank you.
I want you to become that millionaire.
Yes, it's going to happen. A lot of us are going to be there, you included. We're going to claim that for you, too.
Oh, no doubt,
and
no doubt.
Thank you for choosing my business to spotlight this month. I really appreciate this and your podcast, and I wish you much success with this venture that you're doing also.
Thank you very much. Well, I'm not gonna hold you up, TaNieka. It was great talking to you. You gave us a lot of insightful information that a lot of people need to know, including myself, because you got your hands in all that. I need to step my game up.
That's right. 2019, step it up.
Step it up.
That's right.
All right, TaNieka, you have a great night.
Awesome. Thanks again, Eric. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Jones Podcast. You can find us on iTunes, Google Play, or wherever you listen to your podcast. You can also follow us on Instagram and Twitter @The Jones Podcast.